Hi, today we're at the Barbel Society Show and we're going to go around and ask some of the experts some of their best barbel fishing tips.
If I was giving advice to somebody taking up barbel fishing for the first time, I would say try and keep things simple. Stick to one bait, for example, don't chop and change with baits, choose a good bait and stick to it for a long enough time, don't keep moving around with baits. But in terms of location's very important, so be prepared to move around. If you're not catching in one place, try a different spot. Location is very important for catching barbel. And finally, keep your end tackle simple as well. Don't overcomplicate things. A simple running ledger will often catch all the barbel you need. And make sure that that tackle also is strong enough. 8 pound to 12 pound line is the sort of range you should be looking for. Hope that helps.
Okay, first top tip would be to always select the right float, and in my case sometimes that might mean a top and bottom float, or it might mean a bottom end only attached float. So it's important to get the size right. Think about how far out you're fishing. If you're using an Avon float, use enough weight to get down to the bottom. If it's a waggler, enough weight to get out to the distance. Tip number 2 would be never fish too light. Barbel are really powerful, strong fish. I see so many people losing barbel using 3 and 4 pound line. For my part, we're talking lines from sort of 6 pound up to 10 pound. Tip 3, when you barbel fishing, particularly on big rivers, always make sure you've got enough bait with you. I see people trying to do it with a pint of casters, and a pint of them is just not enough. If you're going to feed a lot of fish, you need a lot of bait because they're hungry. So keep the bait going in, and hopefully you'll catch a big weight at the end of it.
Right, here are my 3 top tips for barbel fishing. First up, always find the fish first. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You might spend all day looking and only 10 minutes fishing, but it's never time wasted. You can spend all day fishing a swim with nothing in it. So always get down there, try and find the fish. Often you'll see them flashing, rolling, especially dawn and dusk. And make sure you're in a swim that's got fish in it. Secondly, when you catch a fish, whatever you do, I know it's exciting, when you net it, leave it in the water for a couple of minutes before you unhook it. Don't bring it straight out of the water. Imagine if you've just run 100 metres and then someone dunks your head in a bucket of water. It ain't going to be very comfortable. Leave the fish in the net in the edge, let it get its breath back for a couple of minutes, then take it out, unhook it and do the pictures once it's had a chance to recover. Third thing, dead simple little tip. A lot of the time with barbel fishing, carp fishing, all kinds of stuff, you want to try and disguise the tackle as much as you can. And the biggest thing you've got on your rig always is the lead. So get yourself some paste and just wrap a small amount of paste around the lead. Hey presto, you've got some extra attraction and your lead is completely hidden. Job done.
Right, I'm going to give you 3 of my tips for barbel fishing in this coming season, which is only a week or so away, and they all are related to bait. My first one is, to me, a very obvious one, but in this day and age, a lot of anglers seem to have forgotten it. I will not go barbel fishing without at least a gallon of hemp. Even if I'm fishing with boilers or pellets, you must introduce your hemp, and you really need a bait dropper for that, but that can take me into another realm of discussion. But don't forget your hemp. It's so convenient today. You can buy it in your jars and you can buy it in bags, so a couple of jars with you in the boot of the car every time you go barbel fishing. Second tip revolves around luncheon meat. Don't get stuck into a rut the way you present it on your hook or on a hair. What I've been doing this past season, and was very, very successful, is utilising meat almost as a pellet. I'd cut my luncheon meat into tiny pieces and glue it, because you can super glue meat. Not everyone has realised that. You super glue it to your hair and you've got meat fished as a pellet. The barb will love it. And not only that, it means that you don't have to mess around with loops on the hair. Your luncheon meat will stay on all day long. You can catch 3 or 4 barbel on the same bait. And the third tip is boilies. I'm a big believer in the Crave boilie. It's a dynamite product. Very, very successful for me last year. But what I do, I like to cut that into, I do away with the round shape. I cut it in half and then I shave bits off it, so once again it looks like a pellet, and I super glue that onto the hair. So there you go, 3 very, very simple tips, a bit different to the norm, so I will give you some food for thought. And if you do it, I guarantee you, you will catch some double figure barbel. As long as you're in the right place next season, the best of luck.
3 top tips for barbel fishing. First one would have to be keep it simple. There's a myriad of things you can use out there for your rigs that'll overcomplicate them. If you get your approach right and you keep your rigs simple, there's less to go wrong, and therefore you maximise your chances of catching the fish. The second one would be confidence, especially when it comes to choosing your bait. If you've got 100% confidence in your bait, you'll have 100% confidence in your fishing. Don't chop and change your baits session to session. Stick with one, keep at it for a period of time, and your results will come. And the third one, if you're looking for the bigger than average fish, then choose one stretch and stick to it and learn your stretch. If you go to the same place regularly, then keep trying different swims. You'll soon find out where the bigger fish tend to live, away from the shoals of smaller fish, and then you can hone your approach to catch those double figure barbel.
Our first barbel tip is this: learn to understand what your feed is doing. It doesn't matter what bait you choose, it's how it behaves in the water and how the fish will respond to it. Don't make assumptions, understand, watch, observe. It's all there on the DVDs.
Our second tip, take a bait dropper. Fantastic way of getting your bait down at the bottom of the swim, but what I like to do is use a separate rod so you can bait up while your other rod's fishing. Great tactic.
The most important thing you will ever do in barbel fishing is when you've fed a swim is to rest it. Give the fish a chance to get on the feed, to get confident, and when you go in then, job's a good one.
We're walking back to the car now after a great day at the Barbel Society Show. I've learnt a loads from these top anglers and I hope you have too. Thanks for watching.